Hello, I'm Bevan Bird, and welcome to Soul to Soul Connections Show with Sarah Jane, the founder of Gift of Healing. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Today we're going to learn about the birth of vocal Reiki and what it is. Is it Reiki or?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And I'll introduce Sarah to you first. So Sarah Jane is the creator of Vocal Reiki and founder of Gift of Healing TV, an international speaker and an author. She's based in Bournemouth on the south coast of England, where she runs her own therapy practice. And Sarah draws on her own life experiences and healing journey to support those wishing to reconnect with and heal their inner child. A fun fact, Sarah was a trainee handler with the wolves at the UK Wolf Conservation Trust. Why did you get involved with them, please?
I love animals, and I heard about the trust and the fact that you could go for a walk with the wolves, and it was just like, oh wow, yes. And then actually there was the opportunity to become handlers with the wolves. And so I didn't do it for very long because it was, it was quite away from home. And so getting up there on a regular basis it was very time consuming and quite expensive. But it was being that close and actually being able to touch the wolves was amazing. And and since then I've actually discovered that we all have a guardian wolf.
Awesome. I've seen these memes. They show a woman and a wolf, and it says, like, connect with those who remind you who you really are.
Well, when I was told, because I've connected with many friends in the mythical realm, and when I was told that we've got this guardian wolf, it was actually by the werewolf. And the werewolf said, you've all got your guardian wolf. You are one with your wolf. Mm-hmm. And werewolf means man wolf. And so we all have that connection with wolf. And as I don't see any of the mythical beings as anything to fear or to worry about, they are actually friends. Mm-hmm. It was just the most beautiful gift to be told that we actually all have our own guardian wolf.
Oh, sweet. Does your guardian wolf have a name?
Well, when I became aware of this message was coming through, when I became aware of it, I won't go into how that happened, but I actually became aware of 3 wolves with me. And they were 3 of the wolves from the trust that have, in your terminology, gone over the Rainbow Bridge. And so I had with me Kodiak, Kenai, and Alba. So they were 3 of the wolves from the trust.
Okay.
And I think all the ones that I knew, because this is a few years ago, they've all passed. And every now and again, I get the sense that sort of all the ones I've met in the physical, I'm that connected with them.
Did you get a gift of healing from being with the wolves?
Oh, listening to the wolves howl is amazing.
I was with my dad and in last summer, and I've spent winters with him too in the snow, but now I'm in Mexico in the winter. But anyway, last summer, we would like howl with this dog who's not a wolf, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a good way to start the day and stuff too.
Oh, they are just the most amazing creatures. They really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'd be all toning together, the dog. But because he's there, we would howl. So we would start to howl to get him howling because we can. And then we're all howling together, and then it's like resonating.
Absolutely beautiful.
What is a healing gift that you received from like your wolf or the wolves?
It's just the energies of having them there. And I think we have many guides and guardians. We have a guardian dragon. We have our guardian angels.
Oh.
We have many guides and guardians.
Dragon. Oh, we should definitely hear. I'd love to hear about dragons. My friend just painted this painting, Cheryl Keaton. That painting, she has a way of painting dragons as well, and showed it recently. So I'd love to hear about dragons too.
Well, again,
Well, no, I mean in the interview, like when we a bit later.
yeah.
Okay, so so when I asked you before, what's your intention with this? Like you said, you want to inspire people, I believe, and like inspire them to heal their self, and also that it's not just physical health. There's emotional health. Like when we were talking about people selling their health for money, doing a job, and then they have to use their money to get their health back, and it's a total waste of the life. And
Absolutely. And it is emotional health. The vocal Reiki can actually get at a cellular memory level. And what I think we all have to realize is that we have many traumas in our lives, and who is to judge what is traumatic, especially to a child? One word can be so traumatic to a child. So a trauma doesn't have to be an illness or an injury or a death or a whatever. It's a trauma is about, it can be as simple as a single word that is said to a child that hurts them so badly.
Okay. Oh yeah, I have Cheryl with me now, you know, the artist of this painting. She really cares about the kids having a different way of being brought up, where they're not like told that they're wrong and stuff like that. And so she may get inspired to ask you questions. So are you okay with, if she gets inspired to ask a question, she can just pop up and
absolutely, absolutely.
I'll ask you, so you can collaborate. Okay.
Yeah.
You might see her in the background.
It's totally fine, because
nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, so
Cheryl,
Cheryl just flew down to Mexico yesterday, and so we're behind on sleep because the last couple of days was only a very short sleep thing. And,
lovely to meet
she
you.
just got here. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, she gave a thumbs up earlier about what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, I went and looked at her because some things. So yeah, so I'm excited about the demonstrations that you're going to share with us too, right? Like a vocal Reiki, and also a light language, where you're not sure really what you're saying, but it has some kind of deep soulful impact. And maybe it's a soul language, like souls speaking to us, souls communicating, and it's the soul to soul connection show. So love to hear some of that too.
You just ask the questions, I'll answer them, and you sort of say when you want to experience some of this, and we'll go with it.
Awesome. Okay. And so yeah, so let's say it'll be about a half hour from now. Then that'll be the end of the interview. Okay, so could you please share with us a little bit about your story and how working with energies has changed your life, Sarah?
A little of my story. Okay, my story goes right back to just before my first birthday, when I was scalded by a boiling milk coffee that went all over my face and my neck, and the jumper I was wearing stuck to the skin on my neck. And I was hospitalized for 3 months. Now, what you have to realize is this was, I'm 60 this year, so it was 59 years ago. And that was at a time when parents couldn't stay with their children. The hospitals and the nurses had absolutely no idea the damage, the emotional damage of separating a child from their parents for such an extended time did. And I got to see my parents once a week for an hour.
Okay.
And then, and it was literally once a week for 3 months. And that caused so much pain. But of course, how do you explain to a child that it's not the parents doing? The parents aren't saying, I don't want you anymore, you're not good enough, you're not loved. It was circumstances. And so I totally get, that feeling of unwanted, unloved, not good enough, etc., etc., etc. You come up with any negative term about feeling bad about yourself, and I've probably been there, because that's what that situation did to me. By the time I was allowed out of hospital, because the jumper had stuck to my skin, so it was those wounds that needed healing, and I'd actually had to have my hands pinned back. They actually referred to it as being crucified, because I wouldn't leave the wounds alone. So that was 3 months in hospital. I came home. My parents had moved, so I didn't go home to familiar surroundings. And my mother was pregnant with my sister Gillian. My sister Gillian was born in the August and died 9 weeks later. So my parents had not only gone through the scolding of their daughter, what they had also done was they then went through the loss of a daughter. But that loss to me was like another rejection, because an 18-month-old doesn't understand that the death of a child isn't a rejection. The year-old baby, yes, I had my first birthday in hospital. The year-old baby didn't understand that I was in hospital because I needed to be, not because my parents didn't want me. And you try explaining to a child that it is circumstances outside the parent's control. You can't. And it doesn't matter what is said, how much love is shown. They know the damage that is done in a period of time if the child is separated. And my mother, I did some research when I started my own healing journey, and children go through 3 phases. This is what they discovered. And very simplistically, it's what they call the naughty phase. That's when the child cries all the time, wanting their mum. And probably their dad as well, but usually with children, it's their mum. The second phase is what they call the good phase. That's when the child stops crying. And the third phase is when the child actually loses interest in their parents before they even leave the room. And my mother's confirmed I hit stage 3. Stage 1, they reckon, is quite easy to get a child back from. Stage 2 isn't good, but they feel they can get a child back. Stage 3, that's damage. But that's what I've been able to help heal my inner child.
Mm-hmm. How have you done that?
With with Reiki, with vocal Reiki, with metamorphic technique, by connecting to my inner child, by connecting to myself. And when I was about 6, 7, something like that, I was actually always Jane as a baby. Although I was christened Sarah Jane, no hyphen, and without the H, I was always Jane. That's what I was called, Jane. And when I went to a new school, there'd been other things that had happened, the little things, there's loads of little things that built up. When I went to a new school, I went to that new school and I told everybody I was called Sarah. And one of my biggest enlightenments was that the only person who ever rejected me was me. When I changed my name from Jane to Sarah.
Oh yeah, you changed the energy of someone's name, right?
Absolutely. And this is why one of the most powerful things that I work with the vocal Reiki.
Okay.
And the vocal Reiki is toning. So it is the use of the voice.
Oh yeah, in your demonstration, maybe if you can do a sample and like perform it with Cheryl.
Yeah, absolutely. Very happy to. But the most powerful thing is when you use an individual's name. You can tone the name. And when you do that, but I do say to people, please may I use the name your mother called you as a child? And there have been a lot of people that I've worked with who have themselves changed their name. And some of them aren't necessarily comfortable to start with, but I've actually had people come back to me and say, I'm actually going back to my name.
Oh, great.
People who've hated their name have said, actually, I'm feeling the energies of it now. It feels so much better.
Wow.
I feel so much more comfortable with it. It is amazing. So when I tone my own name, I do a mix of Sarah, Jane, Jane, Sarah. So
Okay.
I honor the whole of me.
Okay. Oh yeah, that is so interesting and powerful. And I met someone in this town, so she's changed her name to Joy. I don't remember what it was before, but she said it, and then people wouldn't know what she meant or how to spell it. And so it was a hassle everywhere she went, whatever she did. So then it was refreshing when she could put Joy on the name tag when she's at an event, and then people would call her by name, and she just felt totally different. But yeah, I don't know. There was a unique name there, right?
Absolutely. And when I've worked with people from other countries, I remember one event I was in and I was giving a talk, and I sort of said to people, okay, well, I will only do it with a couple of people in the room, because obviously if I spent the time to do it for everybody, it doesn't work. And she said to me, oh, it's Veronica. And I said, but you're not English. I said, so how is your name said in? And she said, Veronica. And it was just like, okay, that's how I need to pronounce it when I'm doing it. If I'd toned Veronica, it would have been totally wrong, because that wasn't what she was called as a child.
Okay, great.
And so it is so powerful for people. Sometimes people can feel a little uncomfortable to start with, but it's amazing.
My name is Bevan, and I remember my dad wanted to call me Bonzo, which is the name of a clown. And I know that he called me that, and also Bonkers. They're all terms of endearment. There's these different nicknames. My dad.
I had nicknames. I had a nickname, but actually my nickname was also part of the problem of the things that I went through. But I won't go into that, because obviously it's. Yeah. But the pain, the trauma, the anxieties that I went through are the gift of my own healing, so that I can, and as I said, that trauma can be as simple as a word to a child.
Okay.
And it is so important, sort of to help people. I've worked with people and they said, I don't understand why this has come to me. And then when we've talked through it, it's just like, this is why it's vocal Reiki, because sometimes there is discussion, there is talking through with it.
Okay.
And it's just like, now I get it. And it makes sense.
Okay.
And I help people to reconnect with that aspect of themselves. Because what we do is we disconnect. If there's an aspect of us that people say they don't like, and it's okay, we want to be loved, we want to be liked, we want to be accepted. Therefore, we are going to detach ourselves from an aspect people have said they don't like. And then we start losing our true being, our true essence, because we're detaching elements of ourselves from other people's judgment.
Okay.
And we don't understand as a child how, what, where, when, why. We just want people to love us, to like us, to accept us. And that reconnection of making ourselves whole is so important.
All right. Is that why you do what you do?
Yeah. Oh, the difference it has made in my life has been absolutely amazing. If you had known me 20 years ago, I couldn't be doing what I do. I just couldn't be doing what I wouldn't have the confidence. But it's made that, I found me. I found a confidence in myself, a belief in self, a love of self that many people who've had these traumas just don't have. And wonder, hang on, if you say you like yourself, how can you like yourself? How do you even know yourself? It's that insecurity.
Wow. So what is vocal Reiki and how did you learn it?
My Reiki master, so I'm a Reiki master and teacher anyway. So I discovered Reiki, and it was just like the first person you treat with Reiki is yourself. Brilliant. That's what I was looking for. And my Reiki master introduced me to sound in the form of toning. She just had a little sound day, and in that, when she started with the toning, it was just, I fell in love with it. It was just amazing. And I didn't know why. And it's not that many years ago that I actually realized that what I do is vocal Reiki. With Reiki, you channel the energy. With the sounds I bring, they are channeled sounds. I have no idea what's coming out until sort of when I open my mouth, it's just like it comes. And I trust that the sound that is coming out is right for the individual or individuals that are experiencing it. And that they take the energies from that is right for them. So I'm not trying to control it in any way. And I'm not a singer, but the range of my voice when I'm toning is absolutely amazing. But it can be from the deepest, from the lowest notes to the highest notes, and can even sometimes vanish, that the sound seems to get lost. And so it's gone beyond. But whatever it is, what it is, and I just trust that whatever I'm bringing, I am bringing that is totally right for the individuals. And I go into total trust.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. And so then the sound will come through our system here. I'll plug the speakers in maybe, and then we'll hear it louder. Does the sound work just on a physical level? And yeah, you can ask questions too. Does it work just on a physical level?
What I'm thinking is it works on, like, one of my friends who's also a healer talks about cellular memory. Is that kind of how you, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Emotional cellular memory.
It's all stored in our DNA. And
absolutely. It goes right to that depths and helps us to sort of like reconnect with the part of us that we've disconnected with. And it's not a process that's a 5-minute process. You know, a session with me is at least an hour, because it is really important that I don't leave people in an upset state. It is very important that they go out feeling lighter and so much better than when they walked in the room. So obviously doing a taster, a demonstration now, is about keeping those energies at the positive level, you know, rather than saying, right, think about something like, and it's just like, no, we'll stick with the positive.
Don't go super deep into the healing because it's normally an hour. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it is just, now plus the fact that's you know, it's great in some respects, but it's great for the person receiving it, but for those people watching it, it could be a bit like watching paint dry, because it's just like, but it's for especially for an individual. And whereas I'm quite happy to give an experience of toning name and get people's feedback, it's got to be it's very much for me in this brief, it's got to be a positive energy that we're working with. Sort of, so it's a light energy rather than a total in-depth, deep, painful memory level, because it's so important.
With that in a few minutes.
Yeah, we don't want to leave people feeling a wreck. I never do that. I just don't do that. So would you like me to, if I just give you a taste of the toning?
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
Oh, we've got an internet connection is unstable, I'm being told at the moment.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's still going well.
Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, So if you would like, if I will do this, if you'd like to just try and relax and be as relaxed as possible.
Okay.
Okay. And that goes for everybody listening as well, please. And if you want to close your eyes, I close my eyes when I work, so I haven't got any distractions. Become aware of the roots in your feet. And let your roots go down into Mother Earth, deep into Mother Earth, anchoring into Mother Earth. And you may feel the energies of Mother Earth, her love and her protection, coming back up through your roots, into your feet, up your legs, totally filling you, surrounding you, protecting you. She's giving you that love and protection, even if you can't feel it. And it is not about what you hear, it is about what you feel. Feel the energies of these sounds. How did that feel?
I could
yeah.
feel it when you said to connect to the earth and the energy come back. I could feel you and your spirit and your emotions and your just purity and everything. And I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
That's all right. One of the energies I work with is actually Gaia, Mother Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's roots down in, and sort of bringing in the protection, the grounding as well is really important. That's why I ask people to do that. And actually, it just, I don't know why, it just started happening one time when I was asking people to do the roots, and I found myself doing this. And I realized that actually it's creating a heart shape. And it just amazing sort of how these things just sort of fill in and come in.
Yeah, you know, I love how, and I don't know if you're aware of Daniel Scranton. He works with tones. Yeah, if you look up on YouTube some of his tonage, the way when his tones go up, it like goes quiet because of the resonation. They cancel each other out on the record. And when you do feel it when it's getting there, you feel the intensity rising in you until it shifts, and you can actually feel yourself like rising up in dimension. It's really powerful. So I see that you're actually doing that same thing, and I'm really interested in you know, learning more and utilizing that too. So it's a super cool practice. Really, really gifted that you figured this out.
But I think what we've got to realize is how the sound works, and it's so simple really, is because sound is a vibration. We are a vibration. Our aches, pains, illnesses, ailments, stresses, strains are our vibration out of sync. the vibration of the right sound can literally bring your vibration back into sync. And I love working at the deep level. I really do. But I work at a physical level as well. And I have had somebody's bones literally move under my hands without any manipulation at all.
Yeah.
And that's when I was working hands-on. I don't tend to work hands-on anymore. And I'd literally got my hands so gently on their back. And they'd been involved in a road accident earlier that week. And it was at a fair that I was I'd got a stand at. And his whole body had been jarred. And basically the hospital said, well, you just got to get on with it, because there was nothing broken and sort of nothing major. And he sat in the chair, I toned to his back, and suddenly we were both just aware of how everything shifted. And he came back and saw me later and he said, I actually feel better than I did before the accident.
Because you were probably able to, like, the injuries allowed some of his negative, like the meridians that were blocked, to open up, and you were able to get in there and feed that energy in there.
It was just amazing. And one person I'd done some deep work with them, and it was just a little bit of time left, and they'd had problems with muscle in their arm. And she put it beautifully. She said, the sound, the muscle felt it was being given permission to relax.
Mm-hmm.
So it did.
Oh, great.
And that's what the vibration of the right sound can do. So if it can do that on a physical level, you've just got to think, really, what is it doing? It is giving that permission.
Mm. Oh,
that's all it wanted, was the permission.
Yeah.
Your beliefs that's creating it all anyway. So
yeah.
The healing is a permission slip for you to adjust your beliefs to being healed.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all we need.
Awesome. I've had pain in my neck and like shoulder and kind of thing, and in the back of this area for quite a long time, like many years. And also, you made me think of somatics too. Somatics helps change like a muscle memory or something, and like it doesn't have to stay tense all the time, like from an accident or trauma. Now it can relax, and so then you could also collaborate with those people. And if you did a retreat, like, because I saw there was a retreat here, and there's yoga, somatics, there could have been other too, and so actually they may have had a sound, something sound, but yeah, you can collaborate.
So
with them
you teach people how to make those tones.
I think I do teach it, yes, but I think it's not a matter of teaching you how to make the tones. It's teaching people basically the Reiki aspect and the trust and belief in just allowing the channeling of the tones as you do the Reiki. It's being in that confidence. As I said, 20 years ago, I would never, ever have had the confidence to do anything like this. I can stand up in an event in front of hundreds of people and just go, here, listen to this. And I don't worry about what people think.
All right.
Because if it's right for them, it's right for them. If it's not, it's not. And that's fine. Mm-hmm. If I'm right for people, that's great. If I'm not, do you know what? That's fine. Yeah. Because we aren't all right for everybody. Mm. It's find who and what works for you. And within my therapy practice, I say there are 3 things that are important with a session. The first thing is actually, how do you connect with the practitioner? Does the practitioner feel right for you? If their energy doesn't feel right, it's not going to help you. You walk into the room, and if the energy of that room doesn't feel right, you're not going to relax. Third comes the actual practice itself. Because if the first 2 don't work for you, it doesn't mean the practice isn't right. it just means you really should find somebody else to try it with.
We're all different. Everybody vibes differently with everybody else.
Absolutely. And I totally get that. I really do. I've talked to people and said, have you ever tried a massage? I do Indian head massage. It's one of the things I do, which obviously I'm doing fairs locally, but you can't do that via the internet. The vocal Reiki, I can do via the internet. No problem. It's a joy. But I said to people, have you ever tried a massage before? Yes. Did you enjoy it? No, hated it. Why? Because it was so painful. You've gone to the wrong practitioner. You need to go to somebody who's more gentle, and you need to say to the person that is the practitioner, please will you lighten up? Please will you take that pressure off?
Lightening up is the beginning of enlightenment. I want to ask you...
Yeah, fight or flight if you're in pain.
I want to ask you a question, because I ask pretty much everyone this, because it really inspires me. Because we have a global shared vision of a utopia for all life on the planet. So we're all powerful, creative, spiritual beings, and we can create any kind of world that we choose. What kind of world do you want to create?
Actually, a world where people love themselves, are true to themselves, listen to their heart. Because when we all sit within that, and I know some people will listen and say, but that's all selfish. Oh, I have a real bugbear about this word selfish and what selfish is.
Yeah.
Because to me, when you are totally being true to yourself and honoring yourself out of love, you're saying no for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. You say yes when it's right to say yes. You say no when it's right to say no. When you say yes when you should be saying no, you are holding two people back, the individual and yourself. When you learn to say no, you're helping them to step into their power, and you're freeing yourself for the things that you should be doing. There's nothing selfish about that. Nothing. It is really important. Those people that are constantly asking other people to do things for them, that is why I actually don't see myself in the way that people use the term healer, because I can't heal anybody but me. What I do is I offer a tool that empowers the individual's own self-healing. It is up to them what they do with it. When I was looking for what could I do for me, and vocal and Reiki came to me with the first person you treat is yourself, it was yes. I wasn't looking for anybody else to help me with my healing. It was, what can I do for me?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think a lot of these healers will pull something out of the person, and that person will get better temporarily. But if they don't have, if they're not fixing it, that block will just come right back where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I've had sort of friends, oh yes, they've done this, and this for me. And I'm going, and I see them 2-3 days later, and they've crashed lower than they were before. I remember sort of, it was a Reiki session. It was just a sort of a half-hour Reiki session I did with somebody that I was sort of working in their salon. And I said, and I got to the solar plexus, and I see the solar plexus. I don't see things, I don't hear things, I don't get voices, whatever. But it's just an awareness with me. And I see the solar plexus as being like a well, as being the core of our being, where everything is stored. And it's usually all the rubbish, all the stuff we haven't dealt with. So most people haven't got a lovely, clean, clear well, because there's a whole lot of stuff they haven't dealt with. And I said to this particular person, I said, I really feel that the lid has come off the well, but it is still full of all the gunk.
Mm-hmm.
It everything that you haven't dealt with. And he said, no, I had a session of whatever it was, and they've cleared all of that. And I thought, there's nothing I can do about it.
Hmm.
And I know from what I got that it was probably that session that cleared the lid. Boy.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
then it's up to them.
absolutely. No one can clear those energies for you but you.
Hmm.
And that's what I love about what I do. I don't do the clearing, but what I do is support people through the clearing.
All right.
When they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks for sharing your gift of healing today with us. So I'm aware of the time, right? And we've done like that half-hour thing. But would you be able to do a quick demonstration of the light language or soul language, like to us, for
Yeah,
two of us?
absolutely.
Okay.
As I said, it's just a matter of feel the energy of it, because I have no idea what's coming. I can't translate it. So let's just see what comes. Again, if you'd like to just relax and close your eyes to listen to this. And again, your roots are down, so you've got the energies of Mother Earth. And let's just see. Ko motachi hal and tai ki manako. Koranai anakchi nakamolo rokai mai. Tono yanai lakimi. Chom tanakara nanikio. Olo chimaikala nia chinia. Aitanakaya ranakamalora maki. Aranakala karamia nati. Oya kalaya nicho. Tai nakayo no. Olo tai. Kia no koramanata. Yaikai. Chola na tora makia. Anakai. Yai la tai kana komutia. Oramakala kai la kati. Chiti hai. Koyo tamo. Laia kana. Chima.
Yeah, I said, how blessed are we?
Yeah, I felt the first thing I thought when I heard that was I missed this, even though I don't know if I've ever heard that language before, but something like I know this language deep inside of myself already, and my unconscious is hearing it and will later deliver it to my consciousness in the ways that will be best for me and my healing.
Oh,
yeah.
That's cool.
And this is where light language, but maybe soul language is a better term for it.
Yeah.
For me, because I do feel as if it's our heart to me is our connection to our soul, that forever living part of us, that eternity of us, and our soul being is a being of pure love. So the connection heart to soul, and it is almost as if it's the soul speaking to our heart and bringing that energy.
That's beautiful.
To the physical being.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And you know what I was doing? Okay, so we're sitting here, right? And we're holding hands. And then I was kind of imagining, okay, we're like standing before you or like sitting, right? But then I draw this big heart around us. So we're there, and then, so that's, for you seeing us, then you just see that, or we can see it, it's a three-dimensional kind of model thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just suddenly found myself doing it one day. It was just amazing. It's just like, okay, fine, not sure where that's coming from, but we're going to trust this. So,
super.
and I appreciate the time, but I've talked about name.
Yeah.
Would one of you like to experience your name just very briefly?
You want to?
Being toned.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we might as well do that. I was thinking for her, but like,
Yeah, go ahead, Bevan.
we can do mine, and you know, then she got a sample, and we did both of us and me. That's cool, like that too.
Okay, so we're doing you, Bevan. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's fine. So just relax. Your roots are still down.
And
Eyes
thank you, Sarah.
closed. And again, it's about what you feel, and it is not about what you hear. All right? So just relax. How did that feel?
Wonderful. Very loving.
And that's just it. To me, it is always the energies that connect with your name of pure unconditional love. And that is the energy that comes with that.
Wow. Thank you. If someone gets a like a session of that, like the toning of their name, how long is that session usually?
Okay, I actually do sort of like a mini taster of sort of like 15 minutes. So if people sort of want to experience a sort of a taster, absolutely happy to do that for folks. And that's sort of on the Vocal Reiki website. People can go to there and experience that. You know, contact me. And the joy is we can do that via Skype. And it doesn't matter where in the world you are, because okay, I'm here in the UK, and you're in the States, but it doesn't matter where we are. We just have to sort out a time that works for both. And I'm happy to do that, because some people just wish to experience that brief 15-minute taster rather than necessarily to get a feel before they necessarily think about, do I want to then potentially go deeper? Because some people aren't ready to go deeper. You know, and and everybody is totally different, and everybody's in a different place in their life. And it is about being ready for it.
Thank you so much.
You've offered so much of your wisdom today, and I think that, yeah, I just want to say, I inquire a lot. I look to a lot of teachers, and I myself am a teacher, and I just recognize a fellow healer that has so much power and wisdom. And yeah, I definitely think that you have like such a beautiful thing to do here in this world, and I thank you.
Oh, thank you. The more we can get the information for everybody out there, all the people that work in their own unique ways, I think it's really important to help everybody to connect with what's going to work for them.
Exactly.
And that's why you have Gift of Healing TV, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, because it's not about, actually, even with the Vocal Reiki, it's not about me. It is about the individuals that connect. And what they receive. As part of Gift of Healing TV, I've also got Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls, which is just little videos that I share. And I had a beautiful message from somebody after yesterday's, because I was a day late because I lost my internet altogether for over 9 hours on Wednesday. And the message that came through was, thank you. It felt as if that message was just for me. And it was totally at the right time for them. And do you know what? Getting messages like that, receiving the feedback I do from people, that's what makes it all worthwhile to me. Touching a life and knowing that I've helped people take that next step to a fuller version of themselves.
Mm-hmm. We're all passionate about that. Also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that soul to soul connection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'd love to have you back on the show if you'd like to be on future ones. And so there was 3 different gifts that you shared with us in samples, and so any of those could be its own show on one of them. We could go deeper.
Happy to, anything that I'm happy to share to get information out there. Sort of thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank
you. Thank you so much for what you gave us today individually. It's amazing.
Thank you for what you're doing for the world.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for what you're doing. Sort of, if by working together, we get it out there further, and that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was telling Cheryl. So we're collaborating.
There's people here that are doing this job, and a lot of people are passionate about it, and some people are just right on point with this, and everything that you've said has resonated with me. So we thank you, and we really need as many people giving people the connection to Mother Earth, because when we connect with Mother Earth, we also connect to other people. So the healing that we receive, we give it to other people too. And so that's beautiful. The Soul to Soul Connections is all about that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
So Gift of Healing TV, how many interviews have you done so far, or shows?
Oh, golly. I started September 2014, and I have the feeling there was only 1 week I haven't done a program since then.
Wow.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So busy.
There's been a few.
Very great.
Nice.
Awesome.
And they are all on the website. They're all on the website, on the catch-up pages. So people can go and find the interviews with the different people, the meditations, the exercises, the panel discussions, and the actual interviews. And then there's an intuitive healing channel, so it's a slightly different aspect. And then there's the Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls as well. So the website is growing every week.
Yeah, you've created a beautiful platform, not just to share your gifts of healing, but now to showcase others. Oh, actually, for a few years now, but to help others share their gifts of healing with the world.
So you're going to do it. Yeah. She's going to interview you for that too. Is that what that is?
Right.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Whereas normally I love to do those live. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do it live, but it's definitely going to be an interview that we will share through Gift of Healing TV. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's your website is www.giftofhealingtv.com.
Yes.
Other website is
VocoReiki.com.
www.vocoreiki.com.
Yeah. And you gave us our magicalfriends.com website.
That's right. That's where there's messages from the dragons, from many of the mythical beings. There's messages up there as well.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. So then we can talk more about the dragons and stuff.
Yeah, I was hearing you talk. Oh, well, I just want to say about the wolves. When you said the werewolf, I wonder if the werewolf is because I've found that archetypes shapeshift into humans. So there's a werewolf archetype that is like the higher order of all when the wolves pass, over the rainbow bridge or whatever, of course they realize their connection to the archetype even better. And then the archetype sort of makes those connections with those people that really need that guidance at the moment. So I wonder if that's kind of how you see it too.
I sort of it was just the way the werewolf brought the message of, you have a guardian wolf, we have given you a guardian wolf. So the werewolf has given us, every single one of us, a guardian wolf. You are one with your wolf. And of course, werewolf is man wolf. That's what were means, man.
Yeah.
And so of course so in that respect, the sort of saying, in our own way, we're all man wolf.
Yeah. It's a beautiful archetype to implement into mankind, because wolves are pack animals and they stay connected. They know each other so well. So that's how we need to be as well. So yeah, I think of the archetype of the wolf is sort of the gifts that wolf mentality brings to implement it into human consciousness. And so the animals are healing us so much more than we know, than we give them credit for.
Oh, absolutely.
And dolphin pods too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because dolphins.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Encantato, Boto, is another one of the mythical beings, which is, yeah, absolutely. Which is sort of with dolphins from somewhere down in South America. And they are also mythical beings that are shapeshifters.
Yeah.
So I love the connection with the mythical realm. And if people go to the Our Magical Friends website, there are meditations to connect with your guardian dragon, guardian angel, to visit the mythical realm. There's all sorts of meditations on that website. Just go and help yourself to them. Yeah, that's what they're there for. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and I look forward to doing more interviews with you.
Oh yeah.
Pleasure. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you. Any message for people out there who have something that their inner child wants them to know or wants to heal?
I think the most important thing to realize is that we are born perfect. Absolutely perfect. It is only what happens to us that changes that, and our reaction to the things that happen to us. We can reconnect with ourselves and we can go back to that perfection. And don't think that you're imperfect. Don't think that you're not good enough, you're unworthy, you're not lovable, because you are. Every single person is an amazing, special being. No one is more or less special than anybody else.
I love it.
And learn to realize that. One of my clients one day turned around to me and said, "Gio, you are so special." I said, "I know." But she knew that I didn't come out of any conceit from that, because I know I'm no better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Because we are all uniquely special in our own special way.
Your Gift of Healing TV channel could grow even more with other people also interviewing people, because there could be a bigger vision, right? Because you're helping people share their gift of healing.
Yeah.
If there's others who want to help people share their gift of healing, right, then they can interview people, right, and it can just grow even bigger and bigger.
It really is sort of, there is no boundary as to what Gift of Healing TV can do, what Soul to Soul can do. Get rid of the box, get rid of the walls, get rid of the boundaries. There are no boundaries. Creating a resource where people can find information, find meditations, find exercises, find discussions, find little bits of inspiration.
Yeah.
Somebody may listen to this interview, and there may be one little thing that I've said or you've said that is just like, wow, bang, that was it. That was all I needed.
Catalyst.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been listening to things just recently and it's just been one little thing in it and I've gone bang. And it's just like, wow, it was worth listening to that just for that.
Mm-hmm. And did it shift how you felt? Like a new way of thinking or a new way of
I think
feeling?
it's one of the things I listened to gave me another way of working with the vocal Reiki. And it was just like, ooh, now I like the sound of that. That's a way I could go with that. Something else, I was going to be doing a meditation and it was just like, oh yeah, I like that. I know that the universe brings us gifts, brings us nudges in loads of different ways. We've just got to be open to listening to them.
And also for everyone watching, there are free sound baths on Sarah's website on Vocal Reiki, and we'll put the link below directly to those.
Yeah, absolutely. Go and help yourself and enjoy those, folks.
Thank you so much. Namaste, Sarah.
Namaste. It's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.